It's the sweet last player for here.
Cameron, good to see you. Good.
For beer.
No. Game next week. 2 total.
Jack, well done on the performance, well done on the win. If you were measuring the satisfaction on a personal level between making a contribution as you did today coming off the bench and starting making a contribution, is there much of a difference?
No, not really. I sat outside. I'd carry the water if it means I could make a difference to this team. I obviously haven't played in a long time. I missed the last 2 campaigns through injury and through the birth of my daughter. So I was just unbelievably delighted to be back out there. It's an incredible privilege to play for your country and to play for this group of people. In playing this environment is just so incredibly special. So if I got 1 minute or I got 80 minutes, if I could have an impact, I'm delighted. So I think more than ever, especially, I suppose everywhere. It's not just about the 15, it's about the 23. It's about the impact you can have off the bench, the energy you can bring, the confidence you can bring to the other lads. And I think that's something we did really effectively today. Everyone across the board, no matter how many minutes we got. I know it was a bit disappointing to concede in the last play of the game, but that's a credit to England for sticking in there and to keep on playing. But I thought the lads off the bench today were fantastic. I have to pat myself on the back, but I thought we brought a great energy and we're just loving it, and it's just such a privilege to be playing.
You seem to be really enjoying your rugby at the moment. Like, even you had the injury kind of stoppage earlier on in the season, but that doesn't seem to have kind of stopped your form and momentum as well. You look like you're really enjoying it.
So that probably depends who you ask, but yeah, look, I think as you get a bit longer in the tooth, and most of your days are behind you instead of in front of you, you realise how lucky you are to do what we do, how lucky we are to be in the position that we're in, to play for, the club that I play for, and to be able to be part of the international setup is such an incredible honour. So I think probably in years gone by, I was guilty of not being very consistent with how I played, being bogged down with how I performed, being bogged down with probably the pressures of it a little bit. And there are things that you end up cultivating in your own mind a little bit, and it definitely affected me when I was younger, and I was very guilty of being in and out of games. But I feel as I've gotten older, I've definitely added a level of consistency to my game. I'm enjoying it a hell of a lot more than I was when I was younger. But it's probably because I'm playing a lot more as well, and I'm just more appreciative now than I ever have been of the position I'm in life. So yeah, it's great. You gotta love today. You know what I mean? I thought the crowd was unbelievable. I thought it was a proper test match. It was physical. It was dogged. It was close. It was everything you'd want to be in a test match, I thought. So yeah, just unbelievable to be part of this group and to be out there.
When you make that 9 break for Sheehan straw, was there a little part of you that thought
I was going to kick it? No, absolutely not. I don't have that in me. You need to know what your own limits are. A bit of me did think if I chip it over him and catch it, it'll look unbelievable. But I've never done it before, so I was thinking to myself, this probably isn't the time to do it. But yeah, I was looking around to see if lads were going to catch up with me, but I was obviously running incredibly quick, and the lads had lead in their boots. So look, I'm delighted for Dinny to get over in the corner. I think he made an unbelievable impact, and it's just great to see him back in the jersey after the journey that he's been on. He's left no stone unturned. He's been unbelievably diligent through his work here and in Leinster with Emma Galvin in particular. I think she's done an unbelievable job alongside Dan. She's been my physio as well for the last while, and I think it's a credit to her and the work that she's put in as well. And I think it's worth noting how much effort she put in to get Dan back here today.
What was your take on the game, on the first half, Jack? watching on from the bench, and were you conscious that you were going to have a big role to play coming on?
I think you're always conscious that you have a big role to play. It's about the 23, not just about the 15. So, as I said previously, you want to make an impact. I just thought in the first half we were guilty of maybe overplaying, being a little bit nervous, kind of, pulling passes to deck. We knew England would come off the line hard and put us under pressure, and we just probably felt that pressure a little bit in the first half and didn't implement our own game. And obviously they went after with the team that they picked with the back row that they had. We knew they were going to go after our ball pretty hard, and they got a bit of inroads in the first half and in the second, to be fair to them. But I think we were just a little bit calmer in the second half. I think a little bit more accurate, played in the right areas of the pitch, and I think that paid dividends in the end.
Another guy who's kind of capable of a big bench impact is some Diego Romani, and the song before the game tearing into lads even in the warm-up. But what has he been like? I know he must have been good to kind of miss out on that kind of role that he had today, but what has he been like around you guys all week?
Yeah, look, there's absolutely no doubt that he was disappointed not to be playing, because he is being a fantastic servant and still is a fantastic servant for Irish rugby and Munster rugby as well. And, you're allowed to be upset and you're allowed to be disappointed, but he parked that so quickly, and I think he spoke and led incredibly well throughout the week. Even before the game, he was asking me, what do you need? What do I need? Can you help me with that? And I know he was disappointed not to play today, but I know we'll see him at some stage through the campaign. He's too experienced and too much of a quality player to not get an opportunity. And, I think it's a testament to the strength of the entirety of the squad, not just the 23 that have been played. I think the lads prepped us unbelievably well all week when we were in Portugal and before when we were in Carton in the HPC, for this game. And we don't get the outcome tonight if it wasn't for those lads who prepped us unbelievably well, because you are what you repeatedly do. And if you don't train hard and train well and put under serious pressure during the week, you're not going to come just rock up on Saturday and be at the races. So, again, it's a testament to the entirety of the squad, not just the 23. And, I think Pete has led from the front incredibly well. He's someone who's so highly valued in this environment. He's an unbelievably good man. He's been great to learn off over the years, and, someone that's always great to see how he goes about his business, because he's an unbelievable pro and even more so an unbelievably good bloke.
Dan Sheehan is putting in, speak about Dan for a minute, didn't quite beat Khaleesi's record of getting back from his injury, but you've seen the work that he's putting in to get back, and then to come out and just deliver like he did.
Yeah, it's a testament to him. He's very to Dinny, he's so relaxed. He's real chilled character. He's so well liked and loved within the squad because of the quality of the man that he is. He's worked incredibly hard. I don't know if he said this, but he was off doing boxing and other things for his footwork. He was rehabbing in the wee hours of the morning, and then come back in later on the day to do double sessions. I think he's, through all the testing he does, he's in the best shape of his life. He's back running top speeds. He hasn't ran in a while. He's unbelievably strong, everything. But I think, more than anything, his mentality, because there's so many lads when you're not playing for such an extended period of time, it is so difficult to come back and hit your straps and just perform straight off the bat. And I know he had the 60 minutes for Leinster against the Stormers last weekend, and then came and he joined us, and like that, it's like he never left. He was able to perform off the bat, and I think that is such a testament to his mentality more than anything else, because that is an incredibly difficult thing to do when you're out for that extended period of time, to just I'm underselling it, just to rock up and perform like that, but the work that he's done physically and mentally, just go out and perform like he has done today, like he never left, is just incredible. And I don't think there's many athletes in any sport that could just do that. So I think he's a bit of an outlier in that.
Sorry guys, the last 4 questions were under a bit of pressure. The functions actually started. So Cameron.
My parents want to see me. They're up there. So
Gavin, and who's the last person? This gentleman, sorry, I had his hand up first. So.
Okay. Jack, just from your own point of view in the international scene, obviously all players want to start in the starting 15, but is it harder or easier starting out or coming on as a sub in the game, particularly in a intensity like that?
I don't know. It's actually very difficult, because sometimes you come on and it's tough to be at the level, the intensity, the physicality, the accuracy, the timing of things. when you're not starting, because obviously if you start, you're just into it, and you got to be at that level, or you're all over the place. So I think it depends. Today it felt it's not easy, because it's never easy, but I think we had more of the ball, so you're able to get into the flow a little bit of things, and you're not spending 10 minutes being like, geez, I haven't touched the ball, I haven't made the tackle, I haven't jumped the line, things like that, and you're thinking, this is passing me by and I haven't made an impact, where fortunately enough, I was able to get into it straight away and have an impact. So I think it all depends on the way the game's going.
Simon mentioned during the week that the coaches look for feedback from the senior players as to where they could improve. I don't want to go into state secrets, but did you notice a difference in how they approached this window compared to, say, November?
Not being privy to what happened in November, so I don't really know. But I think we've been on it every day in training, and that doesn't mean that we've made a ton of mistakes. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of it is about making those mistakes, so they don't come like that move. One of the moves we ran there, where Lowy makes a break up the middle, didn't work at all during the week. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things, and I said it to Robbie. I was like, I can guarantee you that's going to work in the game, because when you're training against lads who know what's going to happen, they're going to cover that space. And it hadn't worked all week, and then the lads go out there and they rep it, and Lowy makes a burst up the middle. Bernie is on his outside, plays him and gets in. So I think the training's been really difficult. Like we trained incredibly hard over in Portugal. We definitely enjoyed ourselves in our time off, and it's important to build the connections again, because obviously you have a long period of time without seeing each other, without being in camp, and there's always new people coming in. You need to make sure that you're all on the same page. So I think that's something that is the coaching staff and the leadership group has put a massive onus on, and I think it is something that really drives performances.
Bruce?
Jack, just on going to Murrayfield, obviously this will give you a spring in your step, but how difficult a place is that to go?
Yeah, incredibly difficult. I think it's somewhere I know we've had good results over the last while, but I think probably somewhere where you've been underperformed a lot. I think Scotland will play a really different type of attacking game in comparison to England. They'll play with a lot of depth, a lot of width. We know we'll have to defend probably a lot differently. England are far more abrasive and direct, and kind of they'll go close quarters, short pick and goes, things like that. So where Scotland like to play, like they'll play from anywhere. So we know we need to be we need to be on it from minute one, and it'll be an unbelievably difficult test. I think they won tonight against Italy, so they'll be up as well, and it's always a tough place to go. But we're going to relish that opportunity and enjoy the week of training. I don't think anyone's too focused on that at the moment. We're back in on Monday, so we'll cross that detail and stuff on Monday. And now it's about enjoying the victory and enjoying the time together.
Jack, between your personal life and your professional life, and stars kind of aligning where you say you're enjoying your rugby more so than ever before, and we're probably seeing some of your career best rugby, is there anything you could say to a younger player in terms of how to get to that point, maybe even sooner in their careers, or is it more so just a bit of the experience?
I suppose if I look back, what I would say to my younger self is search out the things that you aren't good at. I wouldn't be the best line-out jumper in the world, said that, but I'm tasked with doing that job when I come on today. So I had to put a hell of a lot of work into that during the week to be on it, to play at an international standard. So I'd probably, if I had my time back, I think I would have just sought out those difficult conversations. What am I not good at? What do I need to work on? I know I wouldn't be the best over the ball, but it's an area that I've put a lot of effort into over the last year or two, and I think it's paid dividends in Leinster. No turnovers today, but I've probably made more turnovers in this kind of 6-month period of this season than I have in any other period of my career. So it's another string I'm trying to add to my bow. And even though I am a bit older, I feel great, but I still want to get better. I still want to improve. I don't think you'd last very long in this environment if you didn't want to improve, if you didn't want to get better day in, day out. And I think for any young lad who's coming through, wants to play professionally, or if you want to play AIL, you want to play J2s, anything like that, no matter what it is, if you want to play and you're not getting selected, have those conversations, seek out the people you respect and people's opinion that you value, and say, look, what do I need to do to get better? How do I improve, instead of shying away from it and not wanting to have those awkward conversations, or, being bad at something and then taking a long time to get good of it. But, if you want to push on, it's probably the same thing for any walk of life. So that would be my advice.
Very last question. Yeah, sorry, just before you know, going back on Dan Sheehan, I've never seen a forward where not scoring tries like it. You with a much higher rugby IQ than me.
What's wrong about that now? How does he do it? I think he's an unbelievable athlete. He's unbelievably quick. Probably not as quick as myself, but no, he's definitely faster than him. But he's an unbelievable athlete, so he's able to get on the end of those scores. Big Jimmy Lowe makes a break down the edge, and Denny's inside him. And there's not many hookers in the world that have that kind of pace that he does. So it's the athlete that he is. I think he's incredibly hungry. He wants to get on the ball. That's when he's at his best. He wants to make inroads. He wants to carry. As well, now when you're a hooker, you're at the back of a lot of mauls, so that probably taints the statistics a little bit. You're getting over a few easy ones. But Dinny, to be fair to him, he's incredible in open field. We've seen here and many games how good he is when he gets the ball in space, and even South Africa, he was getting over, making line breaks and stuff. I think he even tore his ACL and he was still making line breaks. So it's a testament to the athlete that he is.
Thank you. Thanks, Jack. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.